iPad repair. Safety first. I've already somewhat started on this. So I took a heat gun and I separated the screen a little bit. Now what I'm going to do is stick my finger up underneath there so I can create some separation. Top is pretty much destroyed on this thing. Okay, I'm gonna have to be careful here. You got your home button down here. And there's a ribbon cable that connects it to the board. I don't want to tear that cable. Cable's about right here. Cable's coming off the screen. That's what I need. Folds out like a book. Okay. Now, time to clean up this glass. Got a trash can over here. We'll go ahead and get a clean blade. I just want to clean this up enough to where I can grab the LCD out of here. The LCD is the most expensive part of the iPad. See the Phantom Touch because of touchscreen. But the LCD here, that's your... You don't want to mess that up. Worst part about this though is the glass. I can't tell you how many times I've gotten glass in my fingers. And like sometimes it's hard to like peel this glass back with gloves on, which is why I don't have them on now. You have to be careful. I'm gonna use a little bit more heat. You can't put heat on the LCD to mess it up. Cable. I'm just going to go ahead and try to turn this off. Okay. Okay. Total of 4 screws that connect the LCD to the frame of the iPad. Those are the 4 we're trying to expose. Cut myself. Glass is extremely sharp. Okay. Now I need to get this home button up. There's a little bracket that holds the home button onto the screen, and the bracket's still down in here. Normally the home button just comes off with the screen when I pull it up, but this one was so destroyed that it didn't, which is fine. I just gotta pull it up. It's hard to get the glass up too after you've already pulled this part up, because I don't like applying heat after I've already done this, but sometimes it's necessary. There we go. There's my bracket, and that's what I'm after. Okay, now I'll clean up the glass here in a minute. Then we're gonna go ahead and grab my Phillips head. Screws are hidden behind here, 2 of them. There's one. I got a little magnetic mat to keep all my screws organized. Go. Okay. There's one. 3. Let's get that last one. 4. Only thing too about these LCDs, they can get scratched up with all this glass. So I have this. It's air duster, but it's rechargeable. Keep as much of that glass off the screen as possible to prevent problems. Now, I'm gonna have to try to get this up over here so I don't have any problems getting the screen out. Another thing about these LCDs too, fingerprints. I try to wear gloves because getting fingerprints on them is a nightmare when I go to put these back. It's a pain. Okay. Let me clean up some of this glass. Throw it in the trash can. Okay. Let's give this screen a little more dust The LCD is also adhered in place, so you have to be very careful with removing it or you'll crack it. I use this metal tool, and you go around to the corners. Apply a little bit of pressure on the corner. I'm gonna get this off. The new screen I have comes with a protector. That's just a little cushion. Okay, so now comes the versatile part. Now that I have both sides lifted up, I need to pull up a little bit. Bottoms are adhered, so gently wiggle it out. Fold it up. 3 screws down here. One. 2. 3. Bracket. LCD. Get the LCD out of the way. I'm going to dust it off one more time. Put it out of the way. Okay, disconnect these cables. Now this is your home button ribbon cable. There's a little rubber stopper. Get that out of the way. Put it right there so you can see it. There's my home button. I'll clean it up, transfer it to the new assembly. Make sure there's no nicks or anything in it. All right, now, it's our old screen. Pretty nasty. Now, gotta clean up all this glass. Okay, now that the LCD is out of the way, I can apply heat. Still don't want to do too much heat. Sometimes if you get lucky, you pull up the adhesive. Not getting lucky there though. Majority of iPad repairs is just prep work, cleaning, getting all the gold glass off the frame, all the adhesive. That's what takes the longest. bracket. My kit I buy comes with a new one. It's hard for me to like pick it up with my fingers when I have gloves on, but usually for the main part of the repair I'll use gloves. I'll clean that out. Time to switch blades. My blade's getting dull. You get that last little piece of glass and that adhesive. Okay, perfect. All right, let's check that out. Clean up my workstation just a little bit. Don't like to have glass all around. Nikki hates me. I end up with a lot of glass everywhere usually. Before I continue, I'm gonna also blow this out into the trash can. Glass. Okay. Need a new blade. Blade got dull. All right, got a little bit in this corner. We'll get off there. Excuse me, dog. Just making sure my camera was still recording. These sides are pretty easy. I'm just gonna go down through here. And this is just the first pass. Oh, there's some kind of really sticky substance on the back of this thing too. It's pretty disgusting. We'll try to clean that up in a little bit. Looks like they ordered this from Apple because it's got a custom engraving. Peyton. Yeah, maybe you're old enough to see this video. Again, gotta be careful. There's a lot of antennas. I've just been doing it so long to where I know where to put my razor blade, where not to put it. You just got to be careful. Like, you don't want to nick this antenna right here. This is the Wi-Fi antenna. Okay, that needed more heat. Okay, coming up now. You may not be able to see this from this camera, but there's a lot of sticky residue that's got to come off. So that's what I'm gonna work on next. Blade's gonna go around and clean that. Usually do the sides first because those are easiest. Now we're going to do the top. Again, being very careful around these little sensors up top. What are you cooking?
Cookies.
Is any more chili left?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get some of that.
Are you recording still?
Yeah, the repair ain't done.
Then why are you talking to me?
Well, these people, once I upload this and become YouTube famous, they can know they had chili for dinner this day. Plus, I haven't decided if I'm going to edit it or not. I don't think I will. Give them the raw, unedited footage. Or I might edit it, like do a short one for some people. Do a long one for the people who like to watch repairs like I do. Normally, while I'm doing a repair, I'll have a YouTube video playing on my computer here of somebody else doing a repair of something else. Sometimes I watch people cut grass too. Two of my favorite YouTubers to watch though are Jerry Rig Everything. This knife I have came from him. Custom Jerry Rig Everything box cutter. I have two of them. Trying to collect them all. There's two more colors. Clear and a gray. And Tronics Fix. My absolute favorites. Now, what I'm going to do, we got the adhesive off, but we still got to clean it. So, isopropyl alcohol, 99, and a Q-tip. Saturate the Q-tip. We're going to clean, clean, clean. That makes the difference between a good repair, great repair, and a bad repair. It's your prep work. You can't put a new screen down on top of all this old crap. It'll start peeling up and won't sit right. Also, if it's not a flat surface, you'll have parts of the screen that'll bow up, and it's just bad. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when I first started doing repairs, I probably made some pretty bad mistakes like that, but I learned. You watch the people on YouTube and they don't explain why they're doing what they're doing. And that's my problem. I learned pretty much everything I know by just doing it, figuring it out. iPads are the most time-consuming repairs just because they take so much time. Usually take about an hour. But when I first started doing them, iPads would take me like 2 hours to do. So, things have changed. I've gotten faster. Okay. So, I'm going to blow this board, or blow this out one more time, make sure there's no glass shards. Now we're going to work on my screen. I'm going to put this to the side. Going to get our brand new iPad screen. Oh, I forgot one thing on this iPad. Take this off. That is, it goes on the old bracket. I don't use the old bracket. But anyways. So we're going to grab his screen out. It's an iPad 8th generation screen. Screen replacement. X07 2, which means it's extra sturdy. All my goodies inside. My new retaining clip. Camera bracket. First thing I'm gonna do, take that off. Now, I'm gonna start working on cleaning this up. Okay, so, get this glass off here. There's the old clip. Don't need it. The reason I just laid it on that glass, this glass has a film over it right here that comes off. Prevent dust, stuff like that. Okay. Screens I use already come with adhesive installed on them. Makes it a lot easier. Seat stuff. Now, gonna prep my new home button retainer. Oh yeah, sorry. There's a little plastic ring on this home button you gotta take off, or it won't sit right. There's already a ring installed down here on the new screen. Home button won't make good contact if you leave that. Now, Oh, I get nervous when the camera's on, sorry. I put it on backwards. Goes out this way. Best part about these little screens, they have like the little line-up parts so you can see exactly where the bracket needs to go. It's got adhesive already installed on it, so. You don't have to put that back, but I like doing it. Make sure my button clicks. Yep, clicks. Now, let's go ahead and get the rest of this adhesive out from around the screen. Put this to the side. Get this back out. Little Lego connectors. They can be a pain though. Oh, come on, I heard it. Let me try this one first. Might have to get down eye level with it. Come on. I'll be a pain in the ass. It knows I'm recording, that's why I don't want to sit right. Okay, that one's in. Now I'm just going to play around with this stubborn one. Come on. There we go. Okay, now we gotta slide this back up in there. Push the retaining clip down. I always like to put my little piece of tape back. Oh, there's a piece of glass. Can't have that. Okay, now we're gonna put our little hickey majigger down. Okay, gonna put our LCD back down. LCD set perfectly. If only the rest could be that nice. I put a soda can behind it to hold it.
Love you. Love you, TJ.
Put our clip back on. It's hard to do this one-handed, and I'm not left-handed. On some of these repairs, the screens are different, or the screws are different size, so you really have to keep organized what screw goes where. Okay. Yeah. Set the main LCD back in the place. Put those screws back. Now, got to clean off this LCD a little bit. A couple fingerprints on it. I try not to touch it, but it happens. A few little pieces of glass and stuff. A couple little fingerprints. For the stubborn fingerprints, I get my ISO alcohol out, put a couple dabs. You really got to be careful with this LCD because you don't want to bust it. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Turn it on. Okay. I'm going to work on getting the rest of the adhesive out from around the new screen. There's a couple pieces of lint on here. Make sure the new screen works. Yep. Yep, home button works. Okay. A piece of lint here is going to bother me. Oh wait, that's not lint. Alright, so now comes this part. I'll give it one more little hurricane blow. Sit this down in here. The adhesive that comes already pre-installed on these things, pretty freaking strong, so I don't have to use any additional, but I do have to press it in place. Make sure everything's working. Yep. Now, final step. Beautiful new iPad. Home button's a little dirty. But, other than that, perfect. And that's it.